Greetings, welcome to Business Chronicles. My name is Solomon Tumwesigye. I'm your host here at Business Chronicles. And Business Chronicles is hosted at Studio 84. And Studio 84 is a podcast studio that is set up here in Bugolobi along Lithuli Avenue. And it's a space set up to facilitate individuals and organizations tell their stories and along the way position themselves as authorities at what they do, because here at Studio 84 we believe that everyone is an authority at something and has a story to tell. That's a fact. You just haven't found out what if you don't know. How it works is that you reach out on this contact below here. That's Apt Media, and we'll sort you out. Whether you have just a concept in your head or you know what you're doing, you need help with production, you need help with, setting up your channels, uploading, anything, whatever it is, podcast, we are happy to help you. That's alongside all the other media production services that we do. I'm privileged to host a guy. He has quite a story. He's from Kenya. I met him a couple of years ago. I've gotten to know him a little bit better, but not much. So the questions I'll be asking today, I am also learning. But what I know is that just 8 years ago, he was an employee at some company, that he has transformed himself and grown to set up his own outfit and is a thriving real estate business, among other things. Just like all my guests, I'll let him introduce himself. Perminus, please introduce yourself to our guests and tell us what you do.
Thank you very much, Solomon. Thank you for having me here. It's such a great privilege, and I know I should have given you a handshake from Kenya.
You have it.
Yeah,
yes,
thank you so
let's
much.
have this conversation, yeah.
So, my name is Perminus Kariuki.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO of Nyota Njema Real Estate.
Yes.
Nyota Njema means a good star in Swahili.
Yeah.
So we believe we are a good star in the real estate market, which began in 2019. So we have been there for now 6 years.
Yes.
And through that season, I transitioned from employment to do what I'm doing. I'll be sharing that as we go along.
Yes.
But also besides Nyota Njema Real Estate, I also happen to be an executive director with BNI Nairobi South.
Wow.
So last year, together with a friend of mine called Anthony, we bought a region of BNI so that we could be able to continue spreading the good message of networking, strategic networking for referrals.
Yes.
And that we are hoping to have 1,000 members in our first year. So
what a dream.
It's a big dream, but I know it is achievable.
Yeah.
So far in the last 3 months, we have almost 100 members who have signed up.
Yeah.
And that tells you that we are having an influence in the marketplace. So besides that, I also happen to be the spokesperson for real estate in Kenya. Yeah. So we have a stakeholders association, which I happen to be the spokesperson. I was elected again early in July. Yeah. So that tells you, it shows I have some maybe some kind of literal influence and impact in the marketplace. So that's Perminus in a nutshell. I'm also married. It's good to always be this. And there's a story for another day that I got my wife through BNI. So.
Maybe today is the day after all.
You didn't tell me you're coming to do a social interview. So it's a business.
It's Business Chronicles. I mean, business family. They are all intertwined in one Perminus.
Yeah.
Where to start, Perminus? Let me start by telling the interesting story I know about Perminus is that last year around this time we had if you're a regular on this podcast, then you know what BNI is, Business Network International. It's in Uganda. I belong to Uganda, a chapter in Uganda. He belongs to a chapter in Kenya. Last year we had the East Africa Convention in Naivasha, where there after the convention he invited us to a chunk of property that he was selling in Naivasha for tourism interested people. We visited it. How many plots were there in total?
I had around 50 plots.
He had around 50 plots on that chunk of land, and he sold every single one of them on that site visit.
Thank you. Yes, it happened. I was also shocked. I had some oversubscription, so I had even to buy the next piece of land so that we could accommodate those who couldn't get a plot in the same.
So I keep giving this tip from that experience, Perminus, to some real estate members in BNI Uganda who sell real estate, condominiums and so on, that throw an open day. Maybe they should do a one-to-one with you this week. I'm going to refer some of them to you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Thank you.
Perminus, let's get into it. What's your background?
So, from birth, I was born in a village, local village called, in a county called Nyandarua County.
Yeah.
That is in the central part of Kenya.
Yeah.
So, grew up, brought up by my single mom and my grandmother. So, I always give a lot of attribution to them because it made me who I am, discipline, resilience, and focus. One thing that impresses me is that when I was young, I used to listen to the local radio station and go broadcast the same to the neighbors because not everybody had a radio in their home.
Yeah.
So that I didn't know I was practicing to be a public speaker because today I'm a keynote speaker besides the other titles I mentioned.
Wow.
So I find myself almost every 2 weeks I have a keynote speaking that I'm doing. Sometimes I have from Friday to Sunday.
Wow.
Doing
keynote speaking engagements.
Wow. So within the country and also outside the country. So little did I know that when I was growing up, that is a preparation, because I used to give the president's speech. Whenever the president would give a speech, I would go and paraphrase it and mimic him and give it to the birds if there are no people listening to me. So through that, I got interested to speak in public. And therefore, I have been cultivating my public speaking skills. That notwithstanding.
Hold on. Which president was this? Jomo Kenyatta?
No.
Tom Mboya?
This is the former president, the late President Moi.
Arap Moi.
Who served 24 years in Kenya. So you can now guess my generation. You were in between that time when he was leading the country. So it's through that I got always a dream to be the president of Kenya. And I always tell my grandmother.
Is it still valid?
It's still valid.
Okay.
I still have a dream of being the president of Kenya. And even if I don't become the public president, I can be the business president. So
okay.
So,
you had me there. I was about to tell our viewers and listeners that in case you wondered some of the powers behind the Gen Zs in Nairobi.
No, I don't want to go that direction.
No, we are not going there.
I'm going to be deported on my way back. Yeah.
So you didn't know that this was your...
Are you just to speak, the way you feel a push from within you?
Yeah.
I will listen to the speech. I will listen to the president's, to the news. I'll go and broadcast the same. So today, even if I'm called by any forum to speak, without even prior preparation, I can always get a speech based on the audience. So from there, I went to a local high school, a local primary school, high school, and then from there, I started becoming a leader when I was a small boy.
Yeah.
So I led in the school from being a dining hall captain to being sometimes working with the captain of the school as the head boy. I grew up and I wanted to go and enjoy life in campus. Wow. Well, besides that, I was also in the Christian Union, so I was serving in the secretary, the vice chair. I had quite a number of leaderships. Then I found myself out there.
Did you say Christian Union?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is true. So it is. I think that is what made me to be a very disciplined guy.
Yeah.
But also one thing that I like, God gave me favor with people. So during my leadership, there was no issue that happened in the school.
Yeah.
So I went to Maseno University. I was going to enjoy life because I've been a very good boy. I wanted to be a bad boy and enjoy life outside there. As they say, campus life, you can choose how you want to live it.
Yes.
But my life enjoyed me, so I found myself again in the Christian Union.
Oh, dear.
So I found myself in the leadership from being a vice chair, and also the national vice chair. And for me, all these positions I got was an exposure to show me that I have some leadership capacity.
Yes.
I would sit sometimes in Senate, that is in the university Senate, to represent the students. I would sit in the national level to lead with the national leaders, not in the public, in political sector, but in the religious sector.
Yeah.
And therefore, that gave me a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
So from Maseno, when I went to Maseno, I mentioned I came from a local village,
Yes.
we were not privileged. We were a humble family, so I needed to make sure I sustained myself in Maseno, in the university. So I had to start hustling because when I got into the university, I had 3,000 Kenya shillings as my pocket money. Because my parents,
That's like 90K, 100K tops
yes,
Uganda
yes.
shillings.
Actually, it's actually 90,000 Uganda shillings.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I never thought, my parents didn't know that you don't get fed in school, you have to pay for meals.
Wow.
So because I was the first to go to the university, so that means I had to show them to just learn on the game. So when I got there, I realized we have paid the school fees, yes, but there is the government-funded bursaries that are given to students.
Yes.
So when that money came, everybody was excited to buy a laptop. And I was the first to buy a laptop so that I could look like the cool kids who have laptops and watching movies. Yeah, no, that was a secondary. But me buying my laptop, I also realized my fellow students wanted laptops. And therefore, I saw a business opportunity. And in first year, first semester, I sold so many laptops. And the person who sold me the laptop, I negotiated with him to be selling me the laptops on wholesale, and then I can be selling on retail. Wow. So you'd send them laptop on Telegram, and then I receive it at the poster, give it to the desired customer, that is the students. They pay me, I pay him his money minus my commission.
Wow.
So that's how I survived, and I think that's why I started business. I didn't know I was doing business. I was surviving because I needed to survive a good life. So my campus life was very good. When the laptops, everybody had a laptop and the money was getting down, I had thought about quickly what else do they need. So many had changed their sizes. Some came very small, they were big. Others came very big, they were now small. So I saw an opportunity to start selling, second-hand clothes.
Yes.
So I went to Nairobi, bought some second-hand clothes. I came and sold them on wholesale because I didn't manage to go door to door to sell them. So I'd get my roommates, instead of asking me for money, I would give them the clothes to go and sell and get them some money. That's how I grew into that business.
So you were deploying salesmen for used clothes.
For used clothes.
Wow.
So go buy them in wholesale in the city center from Nairobi. Then take them to Maseno. Maseno is on the western side of the country.
Yes.
And I never knew I was doing business. For me, I was just surviving.
Perminus,
yes.
What course were you doing at the university?
I did Bachelor's of Business Administration.
Okay.
So finance option.
Yes.
So I was doing business administration, which was fate for me.
Yes.
Because I wanted to be an engineer. But when I found the business, I realized I can always thrive in anything I pursue.
That's true.
So I took business administration, and after finishing campus, I got a job. Okay, before finishing campus, I'd done some other jobs in between. Worked in a hotel as a cost controller. Worked in the city, Nairobi again. The hotel was in Kisumu. Then I went to the city and started working as a salesperson for a lab supply company. And from there, I now finished campus and needed to work. So after campus, that is when I realized now life has started. And I told my grandmother,
campus survival.
Campus was a good survival and I enjoyed myself. Being a student leader, I didn't tell you I was a student leader at the same time. Yeah. So I had a lot of privileges. Now I'm out of campus and I
no
don't
privileges.
No privilege. Nobody cares. Nobody knows about you. You are from the village. So I slept one day I went to my uncle's place for one day. And luckily, or let me say by God's grace, I got an opportunity to be interviewed. So I got an invite for an interview at 7:29. And the interview was starting at 8. The place the interview was, I have never heard about it because from the village, how do I know Nairobi?
Yes.
So it was called Haringam. So I asked them, Haringam, is it in Kenya? I asked the number that was given and attached to the message. So it is from there, I went into the interview room. I found 32 people looking for sales job. I was the youngest, the rest experienced, but I became number 2 in the interview.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You said Harrington.
No, Haringam.
Haringam.
Yes, Haringam.
I've never had to say this, but I like how Nairobi neighborhoods have interesting names. Upper Hill,
yes,
Lavington,
yes,
Haringam. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's in Africa, but go on.
Yeah, now that's the same question that came to mind. Is it in Africa? Because the only part I knew was the Eastlands, where I used to do work and stay.
Eastlands, Westlands. I mean, it's interesting. Parklands.
Yeah, so you have all the lands that are possible. So I went in there for the job, and it was a sales job. But I'm a finance student. Yeah. And the finance students used to brag and say, I cannot be a salesperson.
I mean, that's for
that's the
guys.
job for anybody, for anybody who doesn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
So, but for me, I got a very different perspective from my boss, who told me, sales job is like an entrepreneur. You are given a blank check and you write the amount you want on the check. And I think that was my game changer. I said, I'm given a blank check and an opportunity to make money. Instead of going to start for my own business, I can actually run on the leverage on this business. And it is through that I joined the sales team with a lot of energy. And within the first 2 weeks, I had sold around 3 houses, which were off plan.
So you're on a sales team of a real estate
company.
Yeah.
So within 2 weeks, I had sold around 3 houses, which were around 20, almost 15 million Kenya shillings. That translates to 15 million Kenya shillings times that is around 450 million Uganda shillings.
Wow.
So that is the first thing that I did. And I knew this is where I'm supposed to be. And let me take you back. When I was a student leader in Maseno, I had realized the students were struggling to get accommodation. So I had approached some investors, friends who I knew in Nairobi, and were ready to invest in hostels in the university. But that never materialized because of one or two reasons. So that never killed my motivation. So when I got a real estate job, the company was planning to do some hostels in one of the universities, a private university. So I felt aligned in the purpose.
This is
my
my concept.
Yes. So I got in there and we pushed sales. I did at the time I was graduating, because this time I've not graduated. The time I was graduating, I was made the marketing manager of the company.
Wow.
And the same day I graduated. And from there, I was able to facilitate the company from 147 million worth of projects to around 3-point-something billion Kenya shillings worth of projects. And this being the head of sales and marketing, I think was a good achievement. So at that time, everybody was looking for me for job hunting, and I took the job that was giving me the best. So I took a job that was giving me 4 times what I was earning in my previous company.
Wow.
And at the same time, I was also planning to get married, so I needed money anyway.
Hold on. First, hold that thought, Perminus.
Yes.
Now I have to take you back a little bit. What drove you to look for a job, and yet you were seemingly doing good business throughout your campus life?
I needed to have an experience.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been telling my generation and those younger than us.
Yeah.
You just need to have, even if you want to run a business, it's also good to have an experience with somebody's business. Because the lessons I learned when I was a manager are helping me to run my business today. Otherwise, I would be running on my own.
I get it.
Game.
Yes.
So for me, that exposure, the experience, also to know how people think about life differently. I would still be selling my clothes.
Yeah.
Maybe I would still be in the marketplace. But then, because of interacting with more senior business owners
and in formalized corporate organizations,
yes, they helped me to start learning about corporate governance, structures, systems. And today, the reason I'm in Uganda, my business is still running in Kenya without me being there. Because I have the right systems, structures. I can be able to monitor progress of and reports from my team. So I think that helped me a lot to becoming a more responsible person. And a hands-on person. As opposed to continuing doing what I was doing in campus, would not have felt a transition.
Because you are doing that business on campus as
for survival.
A hustle.
It was a survival mode. Yeah. So, to cut the long story short, I joined the next company, but due to values which were not aligning, I had to resign. It was a bad one because I resigned when I was 2 months in marriage, and I had a new company now to go and run, because when I was transitioning, I also started my agency to start selling properties. So even when I was working for this guy, I was selling the properties through my agency. So every property would be sold, they were to pay me commission on my agency. And now, because I was a GM, I had full control on how to engage on the terms of engagement. So I pushed the company, and within around 8 months, we had done good business for them. But then they started diverting the money. So I had to withdraw from the same company. And I decided now to go and focus on Nyota Njema. Because Nyota Njema had been started during the transition from my first employer after campus to the second. So through that season, I think that was the hardest point for me as a business owner. And I think if it was not for God giving me the conviction that this is my business, I would have quitted. So in 2019, I joined the team. I had two staff. So I joined the team in May, end of May. and we stay. They had not sold anything from January to that May.
Wow.
So now I'm sustaining them on my savings, because then I was sustaining them on my salary.
You're no longer GM.
Yes.
To get commission.
Commissions and my salary.
Yeah.
So I had to sustain them on my salary for some time, and until some point in September, I closed down the office. But I was still determined to make sure Nyota Njema works. Now, this is the point. I joined BNI in 2017 when I was employed by my first boss. He liked me, and he knew I was very committed to making sure the company grew. So he invited me to a BNI meeting. I joined BNI, very young, very energetic, very passionate. And when I found guys in BNI, they are hugging each other, smiling at each other on a Friday morning, I was like, I need to be part of this team. And for me, when I saw them, I saw customers. But to a road shock, almost 2 years stayed, and I never made a sale. so when you see people and you think that you're going to get your catch the same day, it can be so deceiving. So
you remember what we learned today? We don't join to sell.
We join to build relationships. Because they say that business is a subsequent of referrals.
Yeah.
And referrals are subsequent of the relationships.
You have built.
So that time I was thinking of hunting for business.
Yeah.
As a salesman, you want to get the quick sale and sustain your life.
Yeah.
So I had joined BNI, so I worked with BNI for the 2 years or 3 years. Then when I was now about to transition, I needed to now quit BNI because I cannot be in BNI and my business is too young. But I remember during that season, the national director, who is also my very good friend, told me, "You're going nowhere." At the same time, the chapter had nominated me as the vice president. So I cannot leave the chapter when I'm the vice president. So they had to bear with me with my young business. And after 6 months of struggling, we had the East African conference, the Kenyan, then it was Kenyan conference in 2019.
Yes.
So it was happening at Intercon. I didn't have money to pay for the conference. I didn't have any other way. So I gave myself as a committee member so that whenever the conference is being planned, obviously they cannot kick me out as a committee member. Then we didn't have sponsors at the same time. So I told them, because we don't have sponsors, the logos of the committee members, their companies should be running during the conference as a way of recognizing their good work. So Nyota Njema was running around the screens like one of the biggest companies. Literally, they know that at that same time, I was so broke that the fuel that was in my car was the last thing I had. I didn't have even food in the evening. Wow. And now to make matters worse, when I was seated in the conference, I volunteered to give vote of thanks. Anyway, for me, visibility creates credibility. So any chance I get a visibility chance, I take it up. So we are seated at a high table with the guest speakers. Then my wife texts me, "Babe, our power and water has been cut by the landlord." So obviously it caused me to feel, as a man, that is the lowest moment you can go.
Yeah.
When your wife texts you that the house has been closed down because of rent arrears. So in my anticipation, I got a very severe headache. Where do I get the money that I need?
Right there in the
conference. So I went out, and as we say, BNI is, you get social capital. I found one of the gentlemen who looked at me and said, "Perminus, you look disturbed." I told him, yes,
disturbed is an understatement.
I told him, how can I not be, and you guys are here when my house is getting closed? So I posted like the problem is his.
Yeah.
And he told me, "Don't worry, I know the process you are in. One thing I guarantee you, this would not last long."
Yes.
So he told me how much I need. I asked me how much I needed, gave me the money, sent me the money on my M-Pesa, and I went into the conference.
Wow.
The vote of thanks I gave.
I
gave a vote of thanks that I was given a standing ovation.
Yes.
Even the speakers are not given a standing ovation. But mine, as a vote of thanks, it was a standing ovation.
Wow.
So from there, I realized I am now rebirthed. But how do I face my wife in the evening? Her house was closed because of my failure as a man. I'm one of the people who believe I should provide for the family.
Yeah.
So I went home and I told my wife, "Babe, what happened will never happen again, one. Number two, a time like this next year, you'll be driving your own car, which I have bought for you. And number three, in 3 years, you'll not have a landlord to knock your door. You'll be living in your own home." To cut the long story short,
All that came
My
to
wife
pass.
believed in me, and all that has come to pass. Actually, the car was there exactly 1 year later, and the house was there exactly 2 years later. And she reminded me when she was opening the gate for me on 11th of October, the same 2 years later. She told me, "Do you remember a day like this, your house was closed? And today, I'm opening the gate for you."
Your own house.
Our own house in a good compound and a good neighborhood. So for me, I think persistence, consistency, and hard work, God blesses that work. So now let me come back. I wanted to connect that story to tell you where my turnaround point was.
Yes.
So this season I didn't have money. One of my friends called John was the president of the chapter, and I was the vice president. So to cover my shame, he ensured that he has paid my meeting fees for BNI breakfast meetings. Every month, he'd write 2 checks, mine and his. And that's why he's my very good friend to date. He actually sits in my board now because I had to develop a board at some point. So I got some angels who came and supported me from nowhere. So then after that, I had to go and talk to John. He's a financial advisor. He runs JM Associates, which is an audit firm across East Africa.
Yeah.
He tells me, "Perminus, you don't need during the car you are driving." I had a big car, being a GM, obviously I had a big car. I was paying a very huge loan with no income.
Yeah.
So I would borrow money here to pay the loan so that the car is not auctioned.
Yeah.
So at the same time, he tells me, "Do you need the car you are driving?" I remember telling him, "John, I don't need the car I'm driving, but I need a car. Because I cannot be selling properties without a car. I need to be taking people from one point to the other." He told me, "Sell that car, buy a cheaper car with no loan." And that was my turnaround point.
Wow.
Because I told him I'm going to sell the car.
Sold the car, paid off the pending loan.
Yes.
And bought a car with the balance.
No. This is what happened. BNI is miraculous. At the same time, as we discussed with John, another person, I called the person who sells car in our chapter. I told them, I know you do trade-in. You take a smaller car and give bigger car. Do you do trade-off? Where you
I
take
know.
a bigger car, you give a smaller,
get some cash and give me a smaller car.
Then she said, "Let me talk to my boss." Before she called the boss, another BNI member comes and says, "So-and-so, Faith, do you have the car? Did you get my 7-seater? My car was a 7-seater. And I told the guy, "Hey, you're looking for a 7-seater. Why don't you take my car?"
Yeah.
And he said, "You're selling your car, it's still new." I told him, "I want to do a reverse engineering. I want to go 2 steps backward so that I can get the strength to go forward." And the guy was like, "Perminus, I'm going to take the car." So coincidences, I think, coincidentally, the wife was also in that hotel. She was not in the meeting, but she had come to pick the husband. They were going somewhere for a meeting. So obviously, he told the wife, "There's a car. Perminus is selling his car. They know me, both of them." And she said, "Let's go see." And she saw it. She fell in love with it and said, "You're going to take over the loan." So I never transferred the car until recently when they finished the loan. So they continued paying the loan as though it's Perminus paying the loan. And that relieved me of. Then the money I had paid as a deposit to the bank, I told them to give it to the car yard so that they can give me a car. The condition was the yard should give me a car, fully fueled, full tank, with comprehensive insurance and with full service.
Wow.
So that if I was to die, I would only die with nobody's debt. I die when I have been covered. And that gave me peace of mind. And that is when that night, I think the following day's night, I slept and I dreamt, go to Nanyuki. Nanyuki is part of central Kenya.
Yes.
Buy land, subdivide, and sell. And I'll get the blessings from there.
Oh, hold on. So you slept so well that you had room in your mind to have a bigger dream now.
Yes. So
Perminus,
yes.
It takes real courage. And I really hate to make this sound it was a light decision. It takes real courage to step down, to cut down on a certain standard of living that you're used to, that for your wife is used to, but especially that your peers and the people around you are used to. It takes more than advice from a mentor.
That's true.
To agree to do it, because we all get this advice all the time, but to have the humility to put it in action, what's going on there?
Now, To be honest, sometimes you have to listen to people.
Yeah.
There's a verse that I like. It says, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry."
Yeah.
That verse, it may not make sense sometimes, but it makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
And for me, I was quick to listen to what John told me. I was not quick to react, but the circumstance that surrounded me made me realize that's a good decision.
Yeah.
Remember, we had not even left the same breakfast table. And these two, I call Faith, and then the other gentleman comes, and the deal is transacted within less than 10 minutes. I knew this is the right thing to do. So what happened? Faith got me a car. They gave me full tank with insurance and service. And then they gave me 25,000 Kenya shillings as a bonus because of what was the balance. Then I now got home, and my wife was very happy. I didn't know she was getting stressed by the loan. But now when I got home, she was very happy. So I had decided to take the shame. And I think this is the lesson I have learned with life. We struggle to live for people who don't care about our life. I was struggling to maintain a certain standard and a certain lifestyle. But the reality is, people didn't care. Whether I'm living well, they'll still comment and say, why is he young and successful? So when I'm not doing well, they'll see the same guys who went and said, oh, the guy has now become broke. That's why he hasn't even sold his car. So I had those stories on both sides.
Yeah.
So the same guys who are praising me were the ones now speaking ill about me. Yeah. But there's one thing that I knew: my vision and my resilience is not going to be determined by by what people are saying outside there.
That's true.
So I went on. Now that day I slept well, and I got a dream to go buy land in Nanyuki, subdivide and sell, and I got the blessings. Truth be said, the following morning I woke up, the car is full tank. I drove all the way to Nanyuki, and I went to buy land with 25,000 Kenya shillings in my pocket. Yes, because that's the only money I have. So I went in, and when I was there, I told the agents, and the guy who was to show me the land. He came, showed me the land. It was 1.5 acres. BNI members had been telling me, when you have your own land, we are going to support you. At the same time, I had given them around 27 million worth of referrals, but I have not gotten anything myself.
Wow.
So they were feeling indebted to support me. So when I got my own land, in quotes, they came the following week, and they booked 15 plots. 1.5 acres could only give me a maximum of 12 plots.
12 plots, yes.
So I had a subscription or over purchasing by the customers of 3 more plots.
Now you had to find more land to deliver.
Before I even got the land, I just told my friend in excitement. And then my friend went behind my back and said, you know what, I bought the land without telling me. So when I was going to pay the owner, the owner was not picking my costs. So I went to the land to verify, and I found beacons on the land. So I called the surveyor, and he told me it's my friend who bought the land. So I called my friend and I asked him, why did you do what she did? He said, I need you to give me the customers or you are going to destroy your reputation as you start.
What a friend.
I still call him a friend because I've never showed him that attitude of negativity. I decided to go above board. So at the same time, I'm in the land, I just couldn't afford anything else but cry. And as I was crying alone there, I remembered I had been given another agent. So I called him. He said the smallest land he has is 8 acres. I said, if I could get 1.5 acres in trust, even the 8 acres I'll get. Let's go see the land. We went and saw the land. I just prayed over it and said, God, give me favor. Called my guys. I told them, now I've gotten a land that can fit all of you. They said, we don't care where it is. As far as it is you, we trust you. Truth be said, I sold that land. It was now 8 acres. I got 16 quarters and 37 eighths. Within less than a month, my land was sold out.
I have to ask you this, Perminus.
Yes.
And it's a question maybe I wanted to ask last year in Naivasha. Mm-hmm. When you're selling these parcels of land sometimes, most times you don't get all payments at once.
Yes.
You get in parts, you're paying maybe the bank, paying the whatever, as you know, you're doing the verifications in lands and surveying and all that. Basically, at any one point, there's a chunk of money lying around somewhere between your bank account and the person you're buying from and all that.
Yes.
Many people in the service industry succumb to the temptation to misuse that money. how have you navigated that to stay disciplined?
I think first, I'm a finance student.
Okay.
And being a finance student, you must be very accountable to the finances you receive.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's not easy, because when you have a lot of money in the bank, you may think of, getting another car, diverting the money into other uses.
Yeah.
But I have this principle: I only spend what is mine when I have paid other people's needs.
Yeah.
That has helped me a lot. I skipped a part of my story, which I think is good to retrace it back, because there's a time when I had not reached that point. I remember I've not reached that point, but there is a time I didn't have enough money to pay the owner.
Wow.
But I called one of my BNI friends who does short-term financing, and I told her I want money, right now. And she said, "What is the collateral you have?" I told her I don't have anything apart from my car, which was less than the value, half the value of the loan I was taking. She told me, "That's too small. We cannot give it." What else do you have? All your friends. I told her I only have one currency: trust.
Yeah.
Can you trust me? And I'm always very happy about Florence of Spin Capital, who trusted me with 1 million Kenya shillings, which was my balance that I needed.
Wow.
She gave me the money, and when I processed the titles, within 1 month, I had given her back her money, because people paid immediately when they saw the title.
Yes.
So the issue of financial discipline, trying to also be accountable. I have made, later my wife came to join me in the business after some time. So now she manages the finances. For me, I know I can be a spendthrift. And because I know that's my weakness, I give her access to authorize the payments.
Be the gatekeeper
So
when it comes to finance.
yeah, so even if I'm the one who wants money, like today we are paying salaries, I have the account that I can access, but she's the one to initiate.
Yeah.
So that accountability between the two of us has helped us also to become disciplined. Then me, I'm not excited with money. I've been without, I've been in it. So I'm not excited with
like what? Like James, like I have lived with, I have
I've
lived
been
without,
yes.
I can do.
I don't have to be excited with the money.
Yeah.
So that is how I have been able to financially be disciplined. Like now, I have some properties which I've bought and have payments which are due. The money is in the account. Even if you are to give me a whole quick hot deal, I'll not divert that money, because it is meant for that purpose.
For that purpose.
And that is the only discipline that has helped me to become responsible. Because from the one block I told you about, 8 acres, that Nanyuki area alone, I've done more than 2,000 plots.
Wow.
That's more than 200 acres in subdivision.
Wow.
That area is just like called Nyota Njema area. Sometimes I go there and I'm shocked. You are mesmerized by the things you have done until you wonder, how did it happen?
How did it happen?
So then I got a lot of diaspora customers, Kenyans living in diaspora. So I got ideas because of my finance background. Whenever the economy was not working so well, the Kenyan shilling depreciated against the dollar, I got this concept. Kenyans working in diaspora are still earning in dollars or pounds or euros.
So for them, they have
an advantage, a leverage on the foreign exchange rates. So I would go tell them, when the dollar was 100 shillings, you guys were still earning the same money you're earning, even if there's no salary increase. Now the dollar is 120. You have 20 shillings for every dollar that you have.
Yeah.
So if you have $1,000, you have 20,000 Kenya shillings. Can you just invest that 20,000? It's not money coming from your pocket.
You have nothing
it's
to
actually
lose.
You have nothing to lose,
Yeah.
and you have nothing to gain if you don't invest in it. So that is how I got the concept. And guys in diaspora invested, in their numbers. Then at some point, the Kenya shilling went, the dollar went $1 against 165 Kenya shillings. That was even a better situation for me. So when people are complaining, for me, I saw an opportunity. So I could tell guys, when the dollar was 100, you are still earning this money you're earning. When it's now 165, you are getting 65 shillings for every dollar. So you need to actually invest that money, or else when the dollar the stability of the Kenya shillings go back, you're going to lose. Those who invested, I got almost 500 to 1,000 customers who came on board within that period. They enjoyed.
First of all, Perminus, I like how you practically relate that whole fluctuation of the exchange rate directly to your business and to take advantage of it. How did you even think about that?
I think some things, God's revelation.
It just occurred to you, yes.
And also, when you're on the ground, and you utilize the finance knowledge we got in school.
Yes.
Because I'm a salesperson, but I am a salesperson who has financial skills. So I become an investment advisor. So you have always to look at the market dynamics. And when the markets are shifting in a certain way, what is favorable for your customers?
Yeah.
So I try to talk to a lot of Kenyans. Some of them thought I was joking, but within less than 1 year, the Kenya shilling stabilized again from 165 to 130. Now, those who were not invested didn't have the advantage of the foreign exchange leverage.
No.
So I think for me, I always think on the spot based on what is happening.
Yeah.
So like now, I've been able to grow the business from just being a small company to an award-winning company. In the last 3 years, we have received more than 20 or 30 trophies from different, companies that give recognition.
Yes.
And that has also helped me to become the spokesperson for real estate in Kenya. I have stood against some punitive measures or policies that have been done by either the county governments or the national government. I've also praised the government when they do something good. So that has given me a good opportunity to speak. Besides that, I have a command in the diaspora now. I know we have few companies who have gone to the diaspora, or many companies, but a few of those who are trusted, Nyota Njema becomes one of them. So I'm living that dream of being a good star in the real estate. So together with the company, we have now diversified from Nanyuki alone. Now we have properties in Naivasha, we have properties in Diani, that is the coast, Malindi, we have properties in Kitengera, we have properties in Nairobi now within the metropolitan, which are on leasehold. We partnered with CIC. CIC, the investment arm, they have some properties which we have partnered with. They are near the famous Tattoo City. If you are Kenyan, there's no Kenyan who is serious who doesn't know Tattoo City. Yeah. And Tattoo City is one of the cities that are coming up. We have few cities coming up in Nairobi. We have Tattoo City, we have Northern City, we have Kwanza City done by the government, and we have other private cities that are developed. Wow. So we neighbor one of them, and that has given us a leverage to accommodate now everybody, both the local investors, the foreigners, and also now even those guys who are looking to invest into Africa.
Whether you want coastal life, wildlife in Naivasha, metropolitan, upcoming neighborhood, Tattoo City, you all have that covered.
Sure.
I have to ask this. Where did you find these diaspora clients?
The first, you have made me remember very far. I just asked from BNI.
Yes.
I made an ask. I'm looking for Kenyans living in diaspora. And one of the few people, not everybody, few people gave me the referrals. And then I followed up on the referrals. From those referrals, I can guarantee you they gave me a lot of, when you know one person and you treat them well, they'll be easy to open their networks to you. So me, I knew one person, and I was lucky to know one of the community leaders who introduced me to all the community leaders across like the UK. I went in there, and within the first month, I think I sold 200 plots in the month. At the same time, I went to Dubai. The Dubai case was unique. I was going for the expo, the World Expo in Dubai in 2020.
Yes.
So I was going to just see what is happening in 2021. And then when we were there, I thought, I'm targeting Kenyans in diaspora. I asked in the groups, BNI groups, anybody with Kenyans in Dubai? I got somebody. And within 4 days, I mobilized around 40 to 60 Kenyans who came on board. I bought them lunch, and some came to eat my lunch and go. The way they say, there's a rich guy who has come here with the money. Let's go and eat.
SW.
So they came in, and some, as we say, some will, some won't. Yeah. So what? Yeah. Somebody else is waiting. Yeah. I got some customers who bought immediately, and they paid. The money they paid was enough to pay for my tickets, for my accommodation. So all the other guys who had gone
for the lunch,
and for my lunch,
and for the lunch of the guys who came to eat lunch and go,
and for the land,
and for the land.
All the guys who had gone with were wondering, why did you even think about this? And now because they're my fellow BNI members, a part of them, they were my testimonials, because they'll be able to say they have worked with me. So when I stood to speak, I asked a few of them who are my customers to say how experience was, and instantly Dubai, I was able to penetrate. I've served quite a lot of Kenyans in Dubai, and have also done many other countries. I've done Dubai, Qatar, Saudi Arabia,
so good.
Europe. I've done 6 countries in Europe, and UK, Uganda. Now here we are. So we are still doing it. Even tomorrow, I may decide to meet Kenyans this weekend. Yeah.
This episode will most likely be live before the East Africa conference, and I think the Kenyan High Commissioner in Uganda will be at the conference, so maybe he could be a good place to start for you.
Wow, that would be very nice.
Yes, if you're around a few days, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll check and confirm if he confirmed his attendance. I think he'll be happy to.
I would appreciate, because I've made it a habit. Any country I visit as a business trip, I first of all visit our embassy, so that I register my presence in that country, because I'm not hiding anything from the government. So I would be more than grateful to meet him on that Friday.
I'll if he's around, I'll find out who invited him and introduce you.
Thank you.
Now, I have to ask you this. You mentioned something about younger people earlier in the conversation, but let me just ask it as I think it. Just as we conclude, your stories are so long, we can't really exhaust them.
And yes.
You are dealing with young people. You're fairly young yourself.
Yes.
How is it? How is it working with young people, the work ethic, the whatever? And for a young person who sees you and is like, when I grow up, I want to be like that guy. What are, 1, 2, 3 things or tips you could give them?
To be honest, it is not easy, but it's also easy based on how you relate with them.
Yeah.
For me, I have decided to just be me. I don't fake life.
Yeah.
What I will tell you today, I can repeat it tomorrow, I can repeat it 10 years to come.
And to anyone.
Yeah. So I've been sharing my story. Sometimes I get some of them inspired. Now the undoing of it is I get to inspire some of my best staff. They end up opening their own companies.
Happens all the time.
Which is also good. I'm very happy. Some of them are mentoring them. So
you know what they say?
Yes.
Sometimes we fear to train them because we fear they'll go.
Yes.
But what if you don't train them and they stay?
So for me, I choose to make sure I train them. If they go, or when they go, because it's a matter of when, not if. When they go, they'll be remembering that Perminus instilled some values in me, some resilience in me. So one thing I will tell the young people, it's good, first of all, get the experience. Even if for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, just give yourself into that industry that you want to venture into and get to know how the dynamics of the industry, the market, respond and all that. Number 2, be authentic in whatever you are doing.
Yeah.
I have accepted to be called Perminus Wamigoda. That means the Perminus who sells land in my local language.
Yeah.
So that I have embraced it, because I may be associated with the land, but that is what people know about me.
Yeah.
So it has given me authenticity in it. Then don't fear to start, because the biggest fear is the fear of starting. Then number 4, leverage of your networks.
Yeah.
For me, my whole business, I can say I have never done a media advert in the mainstream media.
Wow.
But I have grown to compete with those guys doing media adverts. Why? I leverage on social capital. I believe that is the biggest capital one can ever have.
Yeah.
Because I can have finances, I can have all the other capitals, but if I don't have the right team to believe in me, I cannot be able to get it. Then the next thing is dream big, because the difference between dreaming big and dreaming small, you're still dreaming.
I know.
So the choice is ours to dream big.
You use the same energy.
The same energy.
Either way.
And actually, when you dream big, you don't spend a lot of energy.
Exactly.
Because the energy is spent in strategizing.
Yeah.
Then the other thing I can also say, it's good to know who is in our room. I quote Dr. Ivan Meissner, the founder of BNI.
Yeah.
Because if we surround ourselves with the weak people, the complaining people, we'll find ourselves still complaining. So surround ourselves with the right people. Because if we don't do so, then we surround ourselves with the wrong people who end up, undermining our vision, showing us it's not possible. I believe I have surrounded myself with people who show me the possibilities, even when there's impossibilities. Then lastly, let's teach ourselves to not be complaining every time. Provide solutions. I met one of the founders of the banks, big banks in East Africa, and he told me the reason he has been successful, he provided a solution to a people's problem. If you want to venture into business, don't venture into business to first of all make money. Provide a solution to a people's problem. I like what you are doing here, the podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody would want to have their voice out there, but how do they get it done?
Yeah.
When you create there's a need, provide a solution, it becomes a business.
Yeah.
So for me, I would tell the young people, don't look at quick fix, Because easy goes, easy come,
Easy go.
easy goes.
Yeah.
So let's be resilient. Let's work hard. The future is not the future. We are not the leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders of today.
Wow.
And if today, by God's grace, I have been able to read the real estate, sometimes I sit in that meeting, I'm reading billionaires. Maybe I have not reached the billionaire club, but I'm there with them. They respect my voice. Whenever we have a statement, I'm the one giving the press conference on behalf of the real estate.
Wow.
Whenever we're in BNI, I have found myself as an executive director, not because I'm very privileged, I'm very qualified, but because of being available. Then the opportunities find those who are available to take them and run with them.
Wow, Perminus. Our viewers and listeners, Perminus Kariuki. I mean, we could go on and on and on. You mentioned something about something that came to mind as you were mentioning about your staff who go, you inspire them, they leave, you inspire them, they leave. I don't know whether we realize that even when they leave, they are still of use to you and beneficial to you and of value to you at a different level.
Sure.
Because they were of use to you as your subordinates, you're telling them what to do, they are doing well. Now when they leave, now they are business partners, they are referral partners. One day they have a client who wants land in Malindi, they don't have it, but then they remember who has it.
Yes.
I mean, wow.
Wow. Thank you. No, I like that, and this is what I would say. We live in a world of collaborations, not competition. Talents are given to all of us so that we can be able to complement each other. So I don't fear competition. Actually, it's only that BNI allows one classification per chapter.
You would have a chapter of real estate people only,
so that we challenge each other. And what you have, I don't have. I don't have to invest my capital because real estate is capital intensive. Somewhere that you have a property. Instead, I would give you the customer.
Perminus, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, our viewers and listeners, Perminus Kariuki, I mean, very good conversations. I can't wait to get for you another guest. Is there anything, Perminus, that you had on your mind that you would like to share that we haven't touched on that you want to share before we close?
No, mine first is to thank you for giving me this chance to be here and share my story.
Yeah.
I believe my story was not meant to be mine unless it is shared outside there.
That's true.
And I hope it inspires somebody to realize his hope. So whenever I go to the village nowadays, they say I'm a respected young man in the village, but that didn't start when I was young.
No way.
So let's keep the resilience. But again, show me your friends, show me your networks, and show me your people, and I'll tell you who you are.
Wow.
So thank you for having me. And my desire is to be a keynote speaker across the world.
Wow.
And I look forward to that time when people will be looking for Perminus to just share the story and inspire hope.
And we don't know how far this podcast is going to go. It will live on and on. Viewers and listeners, Perminus Kariuki, until the next episode, I'll see you then.